Hello, today is March 14th, 2025. My name is Charles Marsala, the President of American Italian Federation of the Southeast, and I'm involved nationally with several wonderful Italian organizations. And today we want to talk about, which is we're seeing posted frequently, is this marker. March 14th, 1891, 8 Italians were massacred, 3 were lynched by a mob of over 5,000 people. They've been accused of killing the police chief in New Orleans. They've been acquitted the day before. Some weren't even tried yet. The people that killed them, I believe, were actually the people that killed the police chief. And they had the motives, because the police chief had actually killed his main rival for the job. And many people that would have moved up with that gentleman, Thomas Devereaux, who was the chief of detectives, hence basically even fired by the police chief later. He had his own security firm. There's a lot of prostitution in New Orleans. That was the Storyville era. And he was shutting down brothels who weren't paying him a fee. And he actually is rumored to have been part of a brothel called the Red Lantern. So when he was killed, there was a guy named James Houston who wanted dock space. And there was a guy named J.P. Massacre who had the great dock space. The railroads had just come in New Orleans from Los Angeles. Things were booming. The Port of New Orleans had not yet become a government entity. So Massacre had a great lease and lock on the port. By killing Massacre, Houston within a month had that contract from the city of New Orleans. We made a documentary about that. This is the site where it happened, and it appears to be in this very tree behind me right here where they were hung from. 2 of them were hung, 9 were shot and killed inside the prison, which was in that building, that site there, which was a prison at the time. Now it's a sewage and water board plant. On the upside, today's digest, which comes out quarterly, that we publish here in New Orleans and by the museum, talks about Steve Scalise and Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson is the Speaker of the House. Steve Scalise is the House Majority Leader. They both are of Sicilian descent. They both are then related to the people that had to deal with the anti-Italianism that was going on here in New Orleans during that era. And now they're one of the 2 leading men in the United States of America. What a great tribute to our ancestors who fought so hard to overcome this situation that we now have elected leaders, from immigrants to contributors to leaders. This event also inspired President Harrison to make Columbus Day a special day. So as we lose Columbus Day on our statues, we need to look back at the fact that it was because the City Council of New Orleans gave $15,000 to a committee of 50 they created to disparage Italians, that President Harrison felt it was time to start expanding Columbus Day to encourage people to accept Italians into America. Think about those things as the rest of our history unfolds. Have a good day.